I'm a Kale enjoyer, and even though the lane is pretty bad into Gragas, I'd have picked it anyway, let's face it, we'd have sent it. The Gragas kind of manages the tighter game state. Talia Pantheon will pick on someone, Galio comes over the top. It does put more pressure on Relative in this game. You can't just have a good game like you did last.
Don't really have to do anything over there. For now, they have to just be wary. Relative was moving, and now he's getting punished.
Here comes the ultimate, that's the Valkyrie already down, and the flash is there, easy secure the first blood for the Pantheon.
It's so heartbreaking from all of the EWI side. They tried so hard to get that Pantheon away from his early game spikes, but they couldn't find the timer. The first flash used was not punished, he was never invaded, he was never caught out. And now Velia collecting that first blast cash out, getting the first Drake, making sure that it's completely disconnected from the second grab spawn. He should be the one running them up until the next Drake spawns. But
Kalsi's deep behind enemy lines, is going to get caught on ulted by Afroboy. Relative is there to lay the damage down, and Afroboy's going to pick up the credit. Okay.
Maybe they want to move to the grab. No, they want to try and repeat the dive.
Bringing Nemesis down. Belly is coming through too to get some stuns, some early damage, reset the aggro, crowning with a little bit of damage, and in fact the Gromp seems to be the target of Belly's affections right now. Not interested in the dive just yet. Perhaps not wanting to risk with such a high HP level. This does now leave Baus, force the TP into mid lane to hold it from Relative. Here comes round 2 on the dive. Who's going to take up that aggro? Rocklo doing good damage. Belly is suffering actually, has to drop the E, but falls. Rocklo flashes away!
Hello?
Crowdy as well! It's a mega botch in the bot side for Los Ratones. Lucky for them, Baus found a solo kill in mid.
I mean, yeah, he found a solo. Like, okay, we also have a Jhin. He can enable himself from 3 kilometers away, but no. If that's only him, if the whole of the enemy team is grouped up and ready to cover, there's not really much he can do, especially since his ultimate only got one person, and that person still has the flash, still has the ult. You can go so far away and create so much space. Now with that, you've given away full control of the Drake territory, and with that, I also think you're kind of giving up the first tower of the game, especially since Baus got that fabled one more wave in the top side, had the extra reset, and now with the Cosmic Drive, I'm pretty sure he has cooldowns for days.
Yeah, he's already solo killed Relative once. That Corki has to be careful. Down goes the first turret, secured for Los Ratones, and we saw the Infernal Rift coming through. The Drake gods are blessing Los Ratones today. Hextech in game 1, Infernal in game 2, and they are off the starting block with 2 early dragons. Pick this off as well, so one chance to track for another early soul if they can get that one down. Mid turret does fall. Outside.
Oh, I can hear, like, if we were football commentators, we would be yelling Ankarabausi, Ankarabausi, Ankarabausi over here because he broke some ankles over there. 0 mana, 0 kills in the world. Baus did whatever he wanted, create so much space for his team in the top side. Nemesis collecting one more tart, and look at the goal lead right now as it's a neutral objective in the matter of a couple of seconds. And on the other side, there's a Talia, there's a Brom, always good, and Ezreal without a heavy enemy front line. You can really ignore the Rel. She doesn't build so much armor, especially with the symbiotic souls. And I think that Ratones finds themselves already in a place where they have almost outscaled the enemy team.
Yeah, they've got so much working in their favor. Dragon spawns as a Herald, crashes into mid lane. That's going to open up that last outer for Los Ratones as they rotate down to the Dragon, trying to get control of that vision. There's an opportunity for AV to look for a potential pincer angle here if Los Ratones are sloppy in the way they enter, but they're so strong and they're clearly ready to spoil for a fight. Relative loses the W. Already doesn't have the flash. Jhin ult comes through. Afroboy can't get in range. A lovely bounce ultimate keeps him out of the Galio ult though. He's going to get good damage onto Crowny. He gets taunted up. The heal and the cleanse is there to keep him alive. And Battle's threatening on the flank. AV do not want to step forward as LR are running for the hills. They've got the objective. It was a cleanse out and an E and a heal that had to be dropped to keep him there. He doesn't quite have the cleanse back up again. But if they can get Crowning off the board, it takes a lot of the sting out of that Los Ratones team fight, but it's hard to get onto the Reckless, never mind the Braum, as maybe they're going to attempt to play onto Velia instead. Nemesis drops the wall down, splits Relative up, and Tokimo left alone on the front line. No one to back him up, no one to help him out as Noz has to flash away, sidesteps the Baus ultimate. Well done by the Jhin to keep himself safe, but now the Galio is the one abandoned in the 4 versus 1. A flash face plant into the wall, and it's a shutdown for Velia.
I swear to God, that was the full caster curse into effect because I was hyping Bowsy up so much, and in this fight he connected 0 spells. 3 body slams, an ultimate to choose, everything lost to the Aether. And I could hear the TikTok edit of, they just want to see me fall with it, done, like touching his head or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a very nice fight, calm, collected. Nemesis did so much to split the enemy team into 2 or 3 spots, and that was more than enough for
Let's get the shield
the
up
Rat
for our
Army.
boy right there. Atakan has been secured. We don't want to lose any of those buffs for free. Los Ratones, Brownie especially, still happy to throw out some... This one, for now, they have pulled the recall. Baus is on the flank right now. The TP's coming in too. They need to wait for Belly. He's got an ult to come in. Baus has found Nos! The Jin's been eliminated before the fight can even start. And now Los Ratones charging forward. They smell blood in the river. Crowny Ian forward, looks for Rocklow. Can't find the kill, but near enough. And down goes the Drake Soul. Baus round the corner as well. Farming waves while the fight's still going on. Relative should be able to escape. Another E keeps him there. As the Baus withdrawal comes through, Afroboy isolated and taken down. Tokumo next on the docket. Lovely knockback from Nemesis secures it. And Los Ratones take everything. The Atakan, the Soul, the Baron is live. This is looking devastating.
And they still have 4 retreats remaining for them. We might not get the teamfight fiesta we were expecting, but that's the evolution of the Ratones. They play calm, they play collected, and they allow their players to shine. Baus found the angle, and now Los Ratones find everything on the map.
Wonderful passage of play for Los Ratones right there.
It is 8k, 26 minutes in the game. Look at the items. They're nowhere to be found. There are 2 items stronger everywhere. And Ratones already have 3 items. Plus, look at Baus. He once again does the favorite Baus special. He never completes the lost chapter. And he has almost 3 full items on top of that.
That is massive right here. The waves crashing into the towers. Baus and Nemesis on one side. Mid lane held up by the rest. Afroboy has a flank position, and Rocklow is trying to get a push going on bot side, trying to scrape some gold back off the map. This at the cost of multiple inhibs, and the Nexus could be under threat before too long.
I don't know if you can do something. This is your final sun. You have to commit right now, otherwise you're just donezo.
Got to get in there. The towers are getting lower and lower. The Jin calls the curtain once again. Decent damage on the drone. Even bounces in again. He finds the gap. And just like that, Los Ratones securing the last few kills. AB gave it their best, but they could not hold it. The Nexus ticking down. Barely still alive. Is it enough? In goes Rel. Relative on the Corki has to perform a hero's job. Tagged by the Q, and down they go. Yesterday was the setback for Los Ratones, and today is the bounce back. They have completed